Alright, good afternoon. I'm here today with my two Sig sights. I've got a Romeo 3 and a Romeo 1. I've got my Glock G40 with the MOS on it. I've got the sight bases off because I'm going to show you whether you can fit these two Sig sights on a Glock. Unfortunately, the way that Sig made their sight is it's almost like they did whatever they had to, so you could not put their sights on a Glock MOS. Here's the closest base to the Romeo 1. Alright, the mounting holes for the machine screws are correct, but your posts are incorrect. Now, when you go to put it on, nothing lines up. You know, it won't lock up either way. Your base sets on your gun this way, so your sight has to set in here. Now, the problem is these two back holes these two holes don't align with your post. So you can see that they're off quite a bit. Now your sight, if it's set in the back machine, if it sets in the back holes, it sets too far off the back of the base, and it won't fit down inside of the recessed area for the MOS. Now, if you put it in the front, it will set correctly on the front and on the back, and it would fit down in that recessed area. The problem is you can see those lugs are in the way. So if you took a number 5 base and you shaved off these lugs, and you trusted only the machine screws to hold your sight in alignment, then you would be able to mount this system on your Glock MOS, which would kind of come out about like that. Alright. Now, on the Romeo 3, there is no base that fits it correctly. This is your closest one. It's it's a 07 base. These tabs are too tall. It fits in correctly, but you can see that there's some space there, so you would have to shave some of those tabs off. If you force it hard, you're going to force the tabs into the electronics compartment where the battery is. So you don't want to force it too hard in there. Now, the machine screws, they line up correctly, but here's the problem with this. Let's see if you can see that. The sight overhangs the slide of the gun and does not fit in the recess. So there's no way to use this sight on your MOS. It hangs over too far. The only way you could do it is if you had a base that was made. You could machine a base the same height as the top of the slide, set up your mounting system on it, and then your sight would set approximately there. Alright, like I said, unfortunately I think Sig took into account making sure that you weren't able to mount the Romeo sights on your Glock. So the one that comes the closest is your Romeo 1. It wouldn't take too much work to make it fit on your Glock. So that's kind of it in a nutshell. I'm sorry to break the bad news to those of you that weren't sure about that. Alright, thank you very much.